Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Blackhawk Down event in which Bonnie, Rose, and Mimic are added to the Pirate Kingdom. So let's get into that. Arg, mateys. No, pirate things. Anyways, Bonnie Rose is actually a really good troop, kind of like a mini paladin in a way. She deals damage to an enemy boosted by her gold collected, and she even gains gold every single cast. One thing to note about this gold gain though is this triggers after the boost ratio, so she's not always going to be getting that extra 7 damage on it that occurs after. Like, she does the boost ratio and then she gains the gold, so she won't actually be doing an additional 7 every single time to her initial cast, but it will occur after that. One real unique thing to mention about her stats is she actually has the exact same stats as Merilith when fully upgraded, and this means she is tied at the highest attack in the entire game if you do not count traits. If you count traits, she has the 3rd highest attack of any troop in the entire game, so very, very offensive, but that does mean she has a relatively low armor and HP compared to any other troop. Another unique thing that she actually has is she is the first troop in the entire game to have Invigorated. This is a trait that whenever you cast a spell, any troop on your team, she ends up gaining 1 HP. So if you have some kind of loop team that can keep casting something like a Green Seer Giant Spider or Hellcat Alchemist or just Exploders in general, will really help to get her HP up. Of course, every single time you cast, she gets that HP. Fast, of course, is half her mana, that'll be up to 6. It does round down if a troop has an odd number. And Water Spirit will just give her a little bit of extra damage. Not really that needed. Honestly, you can get away with just having her first trait, maybe even the first 2. Water Spirit isn't going to be able to do too much. Given her ability, this is going to be an extra damage per troop. And 4 damage, even if you had a full blue team, is not going to make or break her ability. What's really going to make it good is the gold, because that gold, if you get 100 gold, that's 50 extra damage on her, which is a lot of damage. And if you have merchant traits on your team, that's an extra, what is that? That's an extra like 12 or 13 damage per merchant trait. I believe it rounds down. So very, very powerful troop. And it is a lot of red blues as well that you'll be able to get. You'll use this on Crimson Bat, white. Troops like that are very, very good to trade up. So let's go over to the Mimic. The Mimic is absolutely insane. It does either one of the following of these 6 things. Gives 50 gold, deals damage to a random enemy based on magic, devours a random enemy, explodes 6 random gems, gains life based on magic, or gain 10 magic, which is not based on magic. So quite a lot of things that it can do, and it's very random. It'll only do one of those 6. Stats pretty rounded off. A little bit of a higher attack than most troops though. And as far as traits are concerned, nothing really too spectacular on it. As greedy, reinforced, stealthy. Stealthy will probably be the biggest thing that it really has. Greedy might come in handy if you try using it with the other pirates, because of course it is used in that kingdom. Using it with Bonnie might actually be a little bit good. So that is this troop. Honestly, I don't think it'll ever really be viable. Maybe in arena just for fun. But playing it out of it, it's way too random to ever be considered a really good troop. But it could be good. It does have a 1 in 6 chance to devour, so that alone is pretty powerful, but that is less than 25%, and some other troops have 25%, which even that, just 25% on it, tends to be a little bit low. But anyways, let me give out the redeem code for today. YYTCGNJM49 for the first 250 people to claim it on PC and mobile. We do these every single day. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. As usual, consoles, you guys will be getting codes soon. Your next update, I have no clue when, but it will be in your next update, most likely. Anyways, let's head over now and do a couple teams. I made 3 teams, 1 with Mimic, 1 with Bonnie, and 1 with all of the pirates in the entire game. So let's start it off with Bonnie. We're going Gorgotha, Bonnie Rose, Kraken, and Merid. Whenever you use Bonnie Rose, as I said earlier, you do want to use it with either exploders or things that can loop really well. Exploders, the main reason you use it with that is because it'll give all your allies mana, and that'll help her get her Invigorate. She does have a fairly low stats, as I said. As you can see, she has a lower armor and HP than every other troop on our team. That's because she has such a high attack, as you see with the 34 attack. We're also getting a little bit of bonus. I believe we're getting 1 attack, yeah, from the Blackhawk bonus right there. So I'm actually going to ignore those skulls. Let's go for the mana that we need. We are using the new Kraken banner, which is +2 brown, +1 blue, and -1 purple. So let's see. We do want to try focusing on our Gorgotha, preferably off of brown, but we can do yellow as well. We can just... Oh, he did get a freeze. That's going to be a little bit annoying. That will stop us some. As long as we don't get frozen on blue, we should be fine. Because Kraken's going to be creating blues, which we'll be needing to get our extra turns with. I'm not too worried about skulls. We have Gorgotha fully traded. He's not going to be able to do anything to us with skulls. And now we have our Bonnie. Unfortunately, we are at 0 gold, so all she's going to be doing is her base value. She's not going to do that extra 7. If it did trigger afterwards, it would be able to kill the bat right now, but because it doesn't, it would only do 23 damage to her. Actually, let me just show that real quick and show it. Like, it's only do 23. It won't do... It does the gold after the damage, not before. As you see, it triggered, like, slightly after. I don't know if that's intended or not, but everything in the game that does resources does it that way, so I guess it's intended. Not quite 100% on that, though. So we'll do that. Explosion will kill out the last of the bat. We'll be able to use the Kraken, too. Kraken is pretty powerful on its ability, with that 40% chance just to devour. Plus, it's a really good viable option if you need something to kill back troops, if you don't want to use something like a fully traded assassin class, which some of you either can't farm or is just not that viable, since you have to build a whole team around just doing skull spam. But there we go with that. We do have our gold. That looks like a extra 11 damage, which would bring us up to 34. Not enough to actually kill anything, though. So we'll just take some skulls. We'll kill out the Valkyrie with that. Nothing I can really do about that cast. I could do this and hope for silence. The chances of that would be so slim, though. So we'll just kill out this, and then we will hit probably the Queen Mab with our Merid. Merid now does have a 100% chance to do a stats effect. It also has a chance now, as of recently, to do a 20% chance to get a treasure map, so that'll also help. We don't have anything that scales off a treasure map, but hey, treasure map's a treasure map. We do get a death mark, but it doesn't trigger. Also, it didn't do its turn. So we'll just explode now. And as you can see, our Bonnie's actually starting to get a lot of HP. She was the lowest on our team when it started. She's still the lowest, but she's getting up there. I would take those blues, but we are frozen on it, so I can't. And look, by the end of this match, she's actually going to have more HP because of the new invigorated trait than what she started with. So that's going to be helpful. We'll just throw off our attack here. I believe our explosions will kill it off. There goes the death mark on Merid for the kill. Very nice there. And then I will kill it off on the explosion. And there we go. That's wrapped up. And of course, we do have the merchant trait that does increase the gold limit by 25%, which is just 25, which will help get us more gold on our for our Bonnie. So there we go with that match. Now let's go into the other two. We will be doing the Mimic team next right here. Mimic is a little weird. It's just so random that actually I'm gonna repick on this. The double mana core bone dragon, basically anything with a bone dragon, I do want to repick here. Simply because these kind of custom teams aren't made to be able to take out a bone dragon in the current stats of this game. Come on. Everything in late game, like I can just say it's going to be a bone dragon. I'll have like a 90% chance that the team will have it. There we go. This isn't that easy of a team, but we'll do it. We'll probably lose against this on the Mimics. The Mimics are kind of just like a fun troop to use. They're not really that viable for really killing with. We have a double Mimic here with Green Seer, Giant Spider. Actually, against a team like this, I think that might be a little bit too... it won't be able to really do the damage potential. So I think I'm going to replace out one of the Mimics and just get out a Green Seer for, or a, what's it called? A Web Spinner for it. So let's actually switch out the banner. I don't want this battle taking forever. So we'll just do this. Set the banner to a purple-green would be better if we can find where the purple grain is. There it is. And let's do this with the Mimic. So we're still going to be using the Mimic. I just don't think double Mimic is really going to work against most of these teams. The damage that it only has, I think only 2 options are damage. So one is Devour and one is just doing random damage. And of course, if they have Mana Cores or something with Impervious, that means he only has one thing that does damage because he can't actually devour them if they have Impervious to devour. So we'll take that. Hopefully get a nice brown or a nice green cast here. And there we go. We'll use it on blue. Get all of our green mana up, and then we'll still have the Web Spinner for damage that we wouldn't have had earlier. So we'll do this. Get that out. We should get all of our mana up by doing this, and now we can use the Mimic as long as the board is clear for it. So obviously taking skulls would be pointless. So let's try the Mimic. Let's see what it will do. What will it do? A Devour! Insane! Devoured the Gorgolta. Out of everything it could have devoured, that was probably the best one too. Very, very lucky on that. Hey, maybe I should have done double Mythic if we're, or double Mimic if we're gonna get that kind of luck. A 1 in 6 chance to devour, and it got it on the very first cast, so that's very nice. I actually probably shouldn't have cast my giant spider there. Now I'm kind of blocking on my own green because of the spider there. But we'll just take that. We'll use that again in a second. Let me just clear out this board some. Use a Web Spinner, and then we can recast our Mimic if we miss our turn. I think we got it though, but not enough mana because our giant spider was indeed blocking it. So we'll let him take those skulls. We'll throw out another Mimic. Let's see what it does. Okay, it did damage that time. Well, funny, it only has 2 things that does damage, and it's actually doing both of them. If I would have known that, I would have kept in double Mimic. But hey, we're just getting lucky there, so that's not always going to happen. So we'll do this, get up our green, get our Web Spinner, and we'll probably be able to get one more Mimic off, see what it does before then. Just get that up, and just make sure our board is clear, and we'll do that. Well, technically we could take that, but we want to keep as many greens on the board as possible to increase the chance of Web Spinner getting an extra turn. Of course, we'll miss sometimes, but it's better to keep them on the board normally than to take them. So we will be able to get that up again. Unfortunately, we did just get frozen on purple, so we are going to lose our turn from doing this, but we will be creating a little spider there, which also uses red, which we weren't using previously, and it'll also act as a tank to any skulls and stuff like that that he will be doing. So we'll take these greens and then Mimic, see what we can get this time. Let's get the red, get everything off the board. Actually, I'll take the skulls real quick. Just double checking. Oh no, actually I'll let him take the skulls. We'll get green out of it on his next turn. Oops, I took the purple. But he'll still take the skulls. We'll get the green, and we're not frozen on green. So we'll take that. And now we will throw down the Mimic. I'm not going to take those purples because we are frozen. So we'll throw that down. What do we get? Another damage. Wow. Every single time so far, he has triggered damage. And luckily, they did just refreeze the same troop. So we're not frozen on 2 different things, just one now. We do have our little spider up. Unfortunately, that will not be enough damage to kill anything. So I'll just take some mana here, mainly doing that for the green. Get the giant spider up. We'll be able to get Mimic up with that. He will do that again and kill out our little spider. But that is not to worry, since we can just replace it out. I'm not going to convert out my green. That would be a very bad idea. So we'll just take some brown here. Start getting the Mimic back up. We even got some green that I needed. Just need one more green pair and we'll get it up. He does have a famine though. Not good. Definitely not good. So what we're going to do here is probably just take green. Let him take those skulls. We'll get a Web Spinner off. And I don't think we're going to be able to loop with it though. If we could get unfrozen there. Nope. Okay. So let's see. We have a couple options. We could do the giant spider, play it safe. I think I'm going to throw the Web Spinner though. Okay, good. We did get the Web Spinner. We did get the extra turn. That worked out nice. So let's see. We'll take the green. Okay, we're only frozen on brown and purple. So as long as we don't do either of those 2, we should be fine here. So let's cast out another Web Spinner. I don't want it killing our Web Spinner. We might be in a little bit of trouble this match. Hopefully it aims at something that's not our Web Spinner here. Preferably the giant spider. Okay, cast on nothing. Okay, we just unfroze on purple. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a cast other than green, which would not be that good, but I might consider it. I don't know. Let's see. We could do brown, and then he'll skull. And he'll skull a spider, so I'll actually do that. We'll take out the brown. We create a new little spider, and now it'll use those skulls on it. Oh, unfortunately, I did just give him the free turn there, so he's going to be able to negate that. But there he goes. He's going to take those skulls. He ended up getting his Queen Mab all the way up from it, but luckily he'll still waste his turn on those skulls. So here we go. Can you devour? Okay, we need your devour again. Can you devour the famine? Let's see. Explosions. That could be good. Nope, it didn't give us extra turn. And we are stealthy. The stealthy is going to work, making sure that we will never die on our Mimic. And our Mimic did get a devour earlier, so once he actually kills through it, we'll have enough skull damage to one-shot everything on his team. So we'll just take these purples. It's actually be beneficial once that dies. Now, any skull we do, we'll be able to one-shot them since we have so much on this troop already. It does look like our web spinner is going to die. I could try stopping him some on the web spinner. At this point, I think we might be better off just soloing it on the Mimic, though. So, well, there's, like, no mana I can take here. We'll take the red, so we'll take, like, yellow or something. Okay, there's brown. So we'll take skulls. Thank you. We'll get our free kill, thanks to that devour earlier on. So now all we need is one more skull, and that is match. We'll even be able to get one more Mimic. I don't mind if he takes blue now. He can't freeze with it, nor does he have anything that uses blue, so giving him that extra turn doesn't really do anything. He does have famine. Okay, here we go. Can you devour? Let's see the devour. Nope, we gained 50 gold, and I think our gold was already maxed out. If not, well, there we go. Well, now it's just our Mimic. You can't use stealthy anymore since it's the only troop on only troop we have left. All we need now is one skull though, and it is over. Or for it to trigger a devour. Either of the two would be the win condition at this point. Don't really see any chance of us losing, and with that happening, there we go. So there we go, the Wonder Chest, completely random. Personally, I would never use it. It's just way too inconsistent of a troop. But earlier on in the game, it might be fun to mess around with kind of using it. You don't really need traits on it either. Stealthy is very useful on it. As you can see, it helped it to survive the entire match, but it isn't. You really don't need any traits on it to really make it work. But anyways, let's go now to our last and final team here. It is actually possible to get a 3x4 bonus off the new kingdom by doing human, rogue, and Blackhawk on 4 times, and this gives a total of 8 HP, 7 attack, and how much armor is that? 4 armor, so quite a bit of stats there. I'm actually going to be doing one switch out here, especially against a team like this. We're going to switch out my deckhand. There was a glitch with this earlier where it wasn't in a drop pool, and I have like some, even though pirate and deckhand are like the same same rarity, I have so much less of it, as you can see. Also, there's the Bonnie Rose I was talking about earlier. Let me just show that real quick with what I meant with her having the highest attack in the game. As you can see right here, I have everything upgraded. Here are the 3 highest troops in the entire game for attack: Bonnie Rose, Marilith, and War. Marilith and War both have something that raised their attack. Siege on Marilith, and the final aspect of War on War. So Bonnie Rose technically has the 3rd highest attack in the game, but if you look at just base stats, Bonnie Rose is tied at the highest. So as you can see, even what I mentioned earlier, same exact stats at the highest level. I don't know if they gain at different ones as you're getting it there, but at the final level, as you can see right here, exactly the same. Everything on them. The only thing that's different is their trait, ability, and colors. But anyways, let me just do one quick switch out for this. We're going to be going Tyree. Tyree is still rogue, so we're still getting the 4 times rogue bonus on this. We're going to just switch that up. I believe I'm going to even switch out the banner right here. Banner will likely go for something like a double blue or blue yellow. Actually, I think I'm going to go for a blue yellow here if I can find that. I'm not going to go for the -1 on green. Just make sure we can get our Tyree up very easily. Actually, we could go for -1 on green. I changed my mind. We'll do the Leonis Empire one. It's -1 on green, but we're getting +2 blue, +1 yellow, technically +3 blue because we have the pirate. So we're still all rogue. Our pirate will be able to give all of our allies attack. It even gains gold every single cast. Tyree also gains gold every single cast, as well as treasure maps. And then we'll also be able to use that on little Johnny Bronze, who scales based on treasure maps. So let's go see what we can do with this team. And of course, Bonnie Rose will be really good at one-shotting, and we'll have little Johnny, who's just going to be skull spamming as soon as we start getting the amount of treasure maps that we need. And similar to the scaling that I said with Bonnie, his treasure map does trigger afterwards. Like, if he triggers a 20% chance to get a treasure map, he will not do a 4 skull on it initially. Like if we were to do Little Johnny right now and he gains a map, he would only create 8 skulls, not 12. But every cast after that, he'd be doing 12, of course. But anything that like raises a resource and has something that scales off the resource, it does the ability calculation and then adds the resource. So keep that in mind for anything that does scale. That is currently how it works. So we'll just take some purple here, get Tyree all the way up. As you can see, Tyree 2 has a fairly high attack, only 2 off from the highest, or tied at highest. Also, we're still getting a lot of bonuses. We are 1 less on the human and 1 less on the Blackhawk, but we still have the 4 times rogue for that bonus. And we'll be able to farm a bit better with this. We farm everything other than souls. With this team, we'll be able to get a lot of golden maps, just like all the pirates. Arg. Anyways, he is going to Dust Devil eventually, which isn't going to be too bad for us. This team is actually set up in a way that we will not be punished by a Dust Devil at all. So we do have that benefit. We'll just take some blue here. Of course, we have a lot of blue bonus. We're getting +3 every single blue that we take, even if it does not surge. So, might as well go for even more blue. We'll get both of them up. We do always want to use our pirate before we use our Bonnie. The main reason for that, of course, is because it gives gold, and it gives gold based on how many rogues we have. And, well, our entire team are rogues. So, oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's 5 times boost ratio based on every rogue. So that's 30 gold for its cast, which is 15 damage for our Bonnie. On top of that, it's also going to be giving us a huge attack buff to all of our rogues, which is our entire team. So there we go, big gold buff right there, and we'll be able to use that to hopefully one-shot with our Bonnie. Let's just take some mana here off the board. Might even use our Tyree if there's something good for setup on it. Could do it on green and just to go for the recast. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do it. We'll get more gold of that, too. It's going to be 2 extra damage for our Bonnie just from casting that, plus an extra HP because of her Invigorated. So a lot of little things that we have that just keep triggering as we keep casting. He does, unfortunately, have a have the Emperor Corvash up right now, so I'll let him take the skulls. I'm actually going to hit him with this. Emperor Corvash is probably the most annoying thing on his team, so there we go. 57 damage. Bonnie is absolutely insane in the kinds of damage potential that she has because of that. We'll take blue. That should fill up our Bonnie. I didn't count it, but it looked like there was at least 12 on the board, and there indeed was. So he'll do that. He'll unfortunately be draining our Bonnie. But we have such high attack, we should probably be taking some skulls. We can actually hit through his stone skin and kill him at this point. So let's see if we can do this. He only does 8 skulls, but let's see. Can we get it? There we go. We even get a treasure map. As you saw, it still only did 8 skulls, but every cast after that now we'll be doing 12 skulls, and as we get more maps, it'll do, even more skulls, and it eventually gets to the point that he just fills the entire board pretty much. Anything after 3 maps, 3 or more maps, is absolutely insane on him. Because that would be a, what is that? That is a 14, no, more than 14. That would be a 20 skull spam, which every single cast, that is a lot to do. To be able to do that consistently. And that's another really good benefit about Bonnie, is she has a little bit of a slow start, but once she gets going, she's basically like a paladin that can't be reduced, because there's no way to reduce your gold. Unlike paladin, once paladin takes armor damage, or Ruane, or anything like that, once they take damage to their HP or armor that they're boosting by, they don't have that damage potential anymore. But while Bonnie has a lower boost ratio, once you get that gold, you have that gold, and that lasts for the entire match. So once you get it, you're just going to be gaining insane amount of damage. Like you can see, we're almost at 50 extra damage already on top of her ability, and that's just insanely one-shotting at this point. So what are we going to do? We're probably going to use our rogue right here, gain a bunch of attack, and that will also give us the last of our gold that we need, 125. So what is our damage right now? So that would be 62. I believe it rounds down. So that would be 62. On top of that, that would be 85 damage. That is enough to one-shot anything on his team. So let's see if we can actually get mana for that. Nope, doesn't look like it. I might have to. Okay, let's risk it. Come on, 12 skulls. Ooh, I am gonna get hit. I am gonna get hit. That's not good. Please don't die. I want to cast you one time for at least for one shot. Okay, so she will live, barely. It looks like I will have to take skulls here. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got double skull. Look at the 68 attack on her, doing work. Okay, so hopefully I do not damage him here. I actually don't want to, so I can one-shot him from full HP with a with Bonnie's ability. So here we go. Not even gonna sorry. Not even gonna worry about that skull. So yeah, 85 damage. That is some insane damage. Very high attack, very high casting ability. Everything about her is high other than her HP and armor, but she can gain HP just from your allies casting. So let's just do this and kill it off with the plunder with her attack. As you saw, obviously 85 damage, only at 74 HP, so that's definitely the kill. And earlier on in the game, this would be even more insane because you'll still be getting just as much gold, but your enemies will have lower HP overall. So Bonnie is definitely a very, 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 very strong troop in this game right now. She's basically like I've been saying, she's basically like a paladin that can't be reduced, which is insanely good. Actually, earlier on in the game, I think you can get even more damage with Bonnie than you can with a paladin, so very, very good. Definitely make sure to get her, especially if you're a newer player. She just incorporating her into a team, even if you just put her with something like a Valkyrie just to give her, just to give you souls and to give her mana, is definitely worth it. Anyways, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.